People go missing in national parks more often than you think. Every year, thousands of hikers disappear. In most cases, quietly fade into paperwork. No press, no answers. Just another name added to a list no one wants to talk about. But this case didn't disappear because someone pressed record. The GoPro was found 3 weeks after the hiker vanished. And the last 7 minutes of footage are the reason rangers refused to release the full video. On October 14, 2019, 27-year-old Ethan Rowe began a solo hike through the Black Ridge Trail, a remote stretch of wilderness in the Pacific Northwest. He wasn't reckless. He wasn't inexperienced. Ethan had completed over 40 documented solo hikes, many longer and more dangerous than this one. He carried emergency supplies, a satellite phone, and a GoPro mounted to his chest, something he did on every trip for his hiking channel. His plan was simple. A 2-day loop. Camp overnight. Return by Sunday evening. Never came back. When his car was still parked at the trailhead after 72 hours, search teams were deployed. Helicopters scanned tree lines. Dogs followed scent trails that abruptly vanished near mile marker 12. No blood, no signs of struggle, no body, just silence. The case stalled until a volunteer searcher spotted something unnatural near a ravine, a black strap tangled around a tree root. It was the GoPro harness. The camera itself was found 20 feet below, cracked, but still intact. The memory card survived. What investigators saw on that footage changed the tone of the entire search. The first 2 hours were normal, peaceful even. Ethan joked to the camera, talked about the weather, pointed out animal tracks. At one point he laughed and said, "This place feels way too quiet, like the forest holding its breath." That comment didn't mean much at the time. The footage jumped forward. Timestamp showed late afternoon. The sun was lower now, shadows longer. Ethan had stopped walking. That's when the audio changed. At first, it sounded like wind, long, hollow gusts pushing through trees. But then it became rhythmic, measured almost, paced. Ethan turned his head slowly. The GoPro caught trees blurring past as he whispered, "Hello?" No response. He laughed nervously and said it was probably an elk or another hiker. But his voice lacked conviction. He started walking again, faster now. The camera shook with each step. Then the sound came back, this time closer. A low, uneven breathing noise. Not an animal pant, not human breathing either. Something in between. Ethan stopped again. "Okay, that's not funny," he said, his voice tighter. "Someone's messing with me. Just say something." Behind him, on the edge of the frame, something moved. Investigators later slowed the footage frame by frame. What appeared wasn't clear enough to identify. Just a tall, dark shape slipping behind trees without disturbing branches. No footsteps, no snapping twigs. Ethan hadn't seen it yet. He turned the camera toward himself. His face was pale, eyes darted. "I don't like this," he muttered. "I'm heading back." He checked his GPS. It glitched. The screen flickered, then went black. That's when the whisper started. A voice, faint, distorted, calling his name. Ethan. It wasn't loud, it wasn't aggressive. That made it worse. He spun around, breathing hard. "How do you know my name?" he shouted. Silence. Then the voice came again, closer. "Ethan, come here." The cadence was wrong. The words sounded rehearsed, like something imitating speech rather than understanding it. Ethan ran. The footage became chaos. Branches whipping past, heavy breathing, the thud of boots on dirt. He kept glancing back, and every time he did, the audio spiked with static, as if the camera itself was reacting. He tripped and fell. The GoPro hit the ground, but kept recording. For a brief second, the forest was empty, and something stepped into frame. Only its legs were visible, too long, bent at the wrong angle. The feet never fully touched the ground. Ethan screamed. The camera was picked up again as he staggered backward, crying now, begging. "Please, please, I don't know what you want." The thing didn't answer. Instead, it mimicked him. His own voice echoed back, distorted, delayed, repeating his words in the same tone, the same fear. Ethan backed toward the ravine without realizing it. The ground crumbled beneath his feet. He fell. The camera slammed against rocks. The image fractured, but the audio continued. For several seconds, There was nothing but wind and footsteps. Slow, deliberate. The breathing returned directly over the microphone. And then, a final whisper. Not Ethan's voice this time. Found you. The footage ended there. No body was ever recovered. Officials ruled the case an accidental fall compounded by audio hallucinations caused by stress and isolation. The GoPro footage was labeled inconclusive and sealed. But here's what they don't explain. Audio experts found that the voice calling Ethan name appeared on the recording before he ever spoke his name aloud on camera. And the GPS data from the GoPro showed brief coordinate spikes, locations that guarantee exist on any map. To this day, hikers near Black Ridge report hearing their names whispered when no one else is around. Some say their own voices answer back from deeper in the woods. Ethan Rowe's channel still exists. Its last upload is frozen at 14,000 views. The comments are turned off and the GoPro. It's stored in an evidence locker, battery removed. It's because every time it's powered on, it's the audio file labeled last_7_min duplicates itself. If this case unsettled you, that's the point. Stories like this don't live in fiction, they hide in places we assume are empty. Subscribe to ObscureLine files if you want real cases, unexplained footage, stories authorities don't like revisiting because some recordings aren't meant to be found. Some disappearances never really end.